What is up, everybody? Welcome aboard the Fantasy Fast Track. Today we're going over the NFC South home games, and it is start sit. So, starting out with Minnesota at Carolina, this is going to be an interesting game, especially depending on if Bryce Young is healthy. It sounds like he will be playing in this game. I would not be starting him in any sort of QB1 leagues, maybe a QB2 deep super flex or something like that. As far as players on the Carolina team, Miles Sanders was limited with a groin injury, and we will see how that ails him for the remainder of the week. So put some tabs on that. If he for some reason cannot go, Chuba Hubbard should be a great option as an RB3 because he will get a large amount of the volume for the remainder of uh, however long that injury lasts. It looks like it'll probably just be something he can go through the remainder of the week and play on Sunday. As far as other players go, Mingo is in the concussion protocol and he may or may not play this week. If he does play, he may be put in as a flex, but I would just plan on sitting him depending on how the injury goes. Adam Thielen has shown to be a great wide receiver and is giving you wide receiver 2 numbers, so you might as well just plug him in. If you have been playing him, there's probably a reason you have been playing him, and mostly just because of a wide receiver depth. As far as other players with on their team, there's Hayden Hurst. Hayden Hurst has shown that he is on the field a lot, but he isn't getting a lot of that passing downs work. So you can expect him to put up maybe tight end 2 numbers. He's definitely somebody in deeper leagues you're playing, but I wouldn't really start him over anybody like, let's see, we got George Kittle, obviously, Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, Sam Laporta I would start over him, Luke Musgrave. Let's see, Dalton Kincaid is a toss-up, and that's kind of where I'm at. Is Dalton Kincaid. I mean, you might even be able to find Taysom Hill on the waiver wire, and he might help you out more than Hayden Hurst. As far as Minnesota goes, you're starting Kirk Cousins. He's a QB1 for this week, especially with the Carolina defense being so hurt. It seems like everybody is hurt, and they're just not a healthy defense. You are starting Justin Jefferson. You are starting Alexander Madison. I don't really think Cam Akers is going to take a lot of workload in this soon into the trade, but we will see. Just definitely keep tabs on that. He will probably be a RB3, RB2. You're just going to get some volume with Alexander Madison. Jordan Addison has shown some opportunity, but just isn't really on the field a ton. The snap share has gone up, but if you can avoid him, I would. If not, I put him in as a flex, especially in a non-PPR league where most of his volume will be coming off of a large touchdown, but in non-PPR, you're normally searching for running backs to fill that flex spot with guaranteed volume. As far as tight end, you're obviously starting TJ Hawkinson, and he is going to be a great lineup this week because the Carolina defense, like I stated earlier, is in shambles, and you should probably maybe start the Vikings defense this week. They have a great opportunity against the Carolina Panthers because their offense has been struggling as well, like most offenses do with a rookie quarterback, and so you can expect some turnovers. And with Bryce Young being possibly not as mobile with a ankle issue, that may cause him to force just a little bit more into the passes and get you a couple interceptions on that. As far as the Tampa Bay at New Orleans game goes, it looks like Jameis Winston is going to be the quarterback this week, barring any other breaking news Friday or Saturday with Derek Carr. That does not hurt the wide receivers at all. In fact, I think it may help him because may help them because Jameis really likes to force passes, and he has shown that he can actually support a wide receiver and actually a couple wide receivers in fantasy. So you can fire up Chris Olave, fire up Michael Thomas. They're definitely going to be starting for you this week. I would definitely have Chris Olave. And if you drafted him, he is your wide receiver 1. Michael Thomas you can put in as a wide receiver 2 or 3. I'd be starting him over players like DJ Moore or Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, players like that. Let's see, Alvin Kamara, he is a hot topic in the fantasy market, and if I can avoid him, I definitely would, but chances are in the running back world right now, there are a lot of running back injuries, and you may not have the depth to avoid Alvin Kamara, but he does have a great opportunity. It looks like the Saints don't really trust their running back room, and really the only person that will eat into his workload as of right now looks like it will be Taysom Hill. So Taysom Hill may come in and piss you off and vulture all those touchdowns this week, but we will see what happens. I definitely would be starting the Saints defense because Baker Mayfield might just shell and explode and give you three turnovers this week, and the Saints defense has shown that they are shutting down everybody and have been a really effective defense. As far as Tampa Bay goes, you might want to start Baker in a Superflex league for depth or anything like that, but definitely in a QB1 league, you should not be starting him. He shouldn't even be rostered. As far as the other players go, Rachaad White has shown that he's been a successful RB2, and you can roll him out. I would not expect a lot from him, so definitely temper your expectations, and if you need a higher upside play in your flex, then definitely do that. As far as Mike Evans goes and Chris Godwin, you're going to be playing them. Chris Godwin is as a wide receiver 3, and Mike Evans has shown that he's the wide receiver 5 right now in fantasy. So if everything continues to roll his way, he will be an effective wide receiver for you on your fantasy roster this week. Other things, let's talk about tight end. Don't start them with K. Dotton. They really haven't shown that they're passing to their tight ends at all on the Bucs team. So that's pretty much it for today with the NFC South. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments or questions, hit them in the chat below. Hit that subscribe button if you like this content, and we'll see you guys next time.